You've been here now for 2 hours, so I'm now making you a volunteer.
Okay, there we go.
You've been to Sonoma Valley a couple times before. You went to Cal. You're a smart person. So, Lynn, we're going to do a thing where you're going to help me answer some questions. Okay. So people send us questions. They text us. They email us. They go on Facebook. They put in the comments on these things. We are going to answer these questions in a segment we call We Get Questions. You ready?
I hope so.
And you can always say, "Can I get some help?" Because you're a volunteer. I'm not paying you. So
I'm a volunteer without training.
Right. Well, or as I like to call it, a volunteer. Here's one. Hey, we've been driving around in the vineyards and noticed recently there's a lot of yellow flowers growing between the vines. What are the yellow flowers in the fields?
Mustard.
Correct.
I do know mustard season.
You are so
it's
smart.
one of my favorite seasons.
It is. It's just starting right now. Beautiful yellow flowers.
Beautiful, yeah.
They're appearing in the vines. And now's a great time to come up. You can come do it again. When it does rain, it rains for overnight it rains. By law in Sonoma, it rains from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then it's sunny and moderate the rest of the day by law. By law? Yeah.
I think by law.
And then the mustard grows, and it's a cover crop that they put between the vines. And it looks good. So good answer. People also ask us questions about San Francisco.
Okay.
They ask us all sorts of questions.
We don't have mustard growing in San Francisco.
Well, here's a question I got. Okay. Can I just buy tickets to Alcatraz at the wharf?
Well, that's a trick question.
Okay.
My recommendation would be don't wait to buy your tickets. Buy them well in advance. There may be certain seasons where you get lucky and you can get them directly at the wharf, but I wouldn't count on that. Okay. So because it will often sell out, and I think especially in the summertime, and I think people or what we consider our summer, September, October. My 100% recommendation would be buy them in advance.
Great advice. Yeah. And to find that link, you can go to sftravel.com.
And they can't come to me to try to get tickets either, because I have many friends who do, and it's a national park service, so I have no in.
You cannot.
With the big government.
They are incorruptible.
Exactly.
And even though you got a clipboard and a QR code, you cannot do it. Okay, good. So so go online, buy them ahead of time. You can find that information at sftravel.com. You can find out how to go to Alcatraz. Good. I don't know why we got this question. It's weird. Can I get married at San Francisco City Hall?
You absolutely can.
Really? You can? Do I have to be mayor, or no? I can just go in there and get married?
You can. Well, I'm not sure about how the appointment system currently works, but there are weddings happening there all the time, and it's a beautiful setting for a wedding. It's a historic building with marble everywhere, and actually another little fun fact. I did marry people at City Hall during Pride when gay marriage first became legal. They asked for volunteers, and I married 13 couples.
Really?
11 who were LGBTQ.
Really? Look at you.
Yeah.
Ordained minister person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a beautiful setting.
It's a good spot.
If you want to get married there, your photos will look fantastic.
And you've got experience. Okay, I love it. Here's what I got texted to me. Okay. This person's coming to Sonoma, but they said, "Hey, I'm officiating at a friend's wedding soon, so I want to look my best. Where's a good place to eat that offers healthy yet delicious choices?" In Sonoma Valley. In Sonoma. Where's in Valley? In Sonoma
Valley?
Valley? Valley? That's a great place. Wait,
it's delicious.
Really?
Especially the crispy rice, the crispy rice entree.
Right. So that's a good place to go.
That has Dungeness crab because it's Dungeness crab season.
Good job. You're hired.
And then, some delicious roe.
Oh, roe is good stuff.
And avocado.
They've even got olive oil
Amazing.
Cake. They have a cake that doesn't use butter, uses olive oil. I had Lauren on here before. She was
totally healthy.
Good. So that's a great one. And I hope that person who's officiating at a friend's wedding does a great job, because I'm sure they will. Here's one we get. It's so weird. There's so many San Francisco questions this time. Do I need a car to get around San Francisco?
No, I would actually recommend, for the most part, not renting a car, unless, of course, after your stay. I would rent at the end of your stay in San Francisco. Before you come up to Sonoma Valley, you might want to rent a car. But I would not have a car while you're staying your 3 or 4 or 5 days in San Francisco. You have amazing public transportation. We actually just opened a new central subway as well that goes from south of Market, which is where the ballpark is, all the way into Chinatown.
Oh, okay.
So, and then our bus system is amazing. We have BART. It's
people say BART. What does that mean? Because people don't know what a BART
Bay
is.
Area Rapid Transit. So that's basically our subway system.
So you can, for example, can you go from the airport to the city?
You can go from San Francisco International Airport into the city, and you can also go from Oakland
that's great.
International Airport into the city.
Okay. So you don't need a car to get around San Francisco.
And you want to walk too.
Yeah.
Like that's how you're
walkable
gonna experience the best of San Francisco if you just walk and discover.
Okay.
And go from neighborhood to neighborhood, like you were talking about,
right.
because as you mentioned, it's 7 miles by 7 miles. I mean, it's not. You know, there are some hills, but there are
Right.
also ways that you can walk around the hills.
Right.
But you could cross the city and start in downtown and end up at the ocean beach.
You can do it.
And you could do it in a day easily.
And I think every May
Get your
people do
steps
the
in.
Bay to Breakers. Is it May? And which is from the bay to the ocean.
Yep.
Some of them do them naked because it's San Francisco.
Because it's San Francisco.
they throw
and it's always
tortillas.
the ones who shouldn't be naked.
It's always but a good time.
Yeah.
Boy, there's so many weird San Francisco questions. Odd, they just come up and ask us this here in Sonoma. Lynn, do you like beer? Have you had beer before?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, once or twice. There's a beer here that we released in Sonoma called Pliny the Younger, and it's from Russian River Brewing Company. They have two brew areas. One is in Santa Rosa, a brewery, and one's in Windsor. And they released the beer. Right? Big deal. People come up. But before it released it at the brewery, they released it to secret accounts. And right now, this week, for the next couple of weeks, they've released it. So the question people ask us, where can I find Pliny the Younger at bars and restaurants? Now, I'm assuming you don't know the answer to this one.
I don't know the answer to
And
this one.
I knew you would. I had to go look it up.
Okay.
I've got the secret list.
Is there anywhere in San Francisco? Or is it all in-
There are some in San Francisco.
Really?
And that's an even more secret list. I will look that up.
Okay.
And I will put it in the notes of this podcast here. But
Okay.
I don't know, here locally in Sonoma, Hop Monk Sonoma often gets kegs, and you can go down there and get it. In Santa Rosa, John Ash and Company, Stark Steak and Seafood, and then the Trail House, which is like it's over there by Annandale State Park, has it. Petaluma, Ernie's Tin Bar. Ernie's Tin Bar is this fantastic bar in Petaluma. You cannot be on your phone. You cannot be on your cell phone, so do not bring your cell phone in. Ernie's
They
Tin
won't
Bar.
allow you?
They will not allow you to be on.
I love
but
that.
it's like a fantastic bar. They say you have to talk to people. They have chips. They don't have any other food. It's one of those great
That's
places.
really smart though, because it's salty and then it makes you want to drink.
That's
more
right. I want to drink more beer, and it's on the way to
smart
Sonoma.
business people, yeah.
So there are a couple places where you can find Pliny the Younger on tap prior to its release, so you can find it there. And in San Francisco, there are some accounts that have it. I got to find that out. I should have done that. Lynn, final question I got. This is weird. People ask me another question. How can I get to San Francisco Airport, but I don't have Uber or Lyft from Sonoma area? Do you know, or vice versa?
Isn't there? Does Marin Airporter come all the way up here?
Good job. So we actually have the Sonoma County Airport Express.
Okay.
Right. That's
Okay.
exactly it. So similar kind of thing.
Okay.
There is a bus where you can catch at San Francisco. It'll take you to Petaluma. And from there, you can catch a bus over here, or you can take a taxi or something like that. So I think to your point, San Francisco Airport is a great option for flying into Northern California. A lot of lift, a lot of options. If you're flying internationally, that's the one.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, Oakland has a couple flights too, and Fly Oak is great. Sonoma County Airport's great, but the big dog.
The big dog on the block. And you can do yoga while you're there.
I was just there, as I was mentioning, at the new Harvey Milk Terminal. That place is nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I was like,
It's
this is an
amazing.
amazingly nice terminal.
And did you see any of the WAG Brigade?
Is that the dogs?
Well, they have dogs. They have a large hare,
Here, like a rabbit?
like a rabbit, like a giant rabbit. They also have a pig.
In the airport.
And then they just brought in a cat, and I'm kind of blanking on his name. I want to say it's like Alexander Hamilton or something. It's a nod to
pun or
history.
something.
But he's really great, and he'll have on little outfits and everything.
Wait, it's a cat that wears outfits?
Yes, it's a cat that wears outfits. But yeah, it's a very popular program.
Do people take them out, or do they sort of roam on their own?
No,
Their
they're with their handlers, which are
Okay.
typically their owners' parents, and they go through a whole training through
Right.
San Francisco SPCA.
Okay.
So they're like therapy.
I love
It's
that.
like a therapy training, and
Well, no, yeah.
and it helps. I mean, it makes such a difference because you know what a stressful experience
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
flying can be, and so people just love it. They go, they pet the golden retrievers and the rabbits and the cats, and the pig actually plays a little xylophone, and she has painted hooves. I guess are their hooves.
You were joking.
No. She had
How does the pig play a xylophone?
It's a little toy xylophone, like when you and she, you know. So, I'm not kidding.
Okay, first we like I don't have a dog.
It's San Francisco. What do you expect? Okay.
I love this. Okay, so if you fly into San Francisco and you're stressed out, look for the pig playing the xylophone, or Alexander Candleton, or whatever his name is, the cat, or the dog. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very useful. You're hired as a volunteer.